Hi, my name's Elizabeth Wilson. I'm the studio director of the Perth Pilates studio in Perth, Western Australia. And today I'm going to take you through a short 15-minute mobilisation video. So this video is really great to do if you've been feeling a bit stiff and a bit knotted up recently. Particularly I use it if I've had a day at work where I've had to do lots and lots of work sitting at the desk all day, and so everything's a bit tight and compressed. Or it's also a great option to use if you've been doing travel, sitting on an airplane or a bus or in the car for a really long period of time, and you just need to get everything moving, loosen everything up and get your body feeling well. So I'm going to be working with one tiny prop today, which is going to be a yoga strap. Don't worry if you don't have a yoga strap at home, you can just use a bath towel instead. So grab yourself a mat, grab yourself a bath towel or a yoga strap if you've got one on hand, and join me down on the mat. So we're going to start off lying down onto your back, and you're just going to stretch your legs out onto the mat, and then you're going to bring one knee in close towards your chest and just hold that knee in towards you. And we're going to start just loosening up through the hips and the lower back a little here. So you're just going to circle that knee around. And you're using the movement of the leg to kind of massage into and release the lower back in this position. Now make sure as you're here that the opposite leg is fully straight out on the ground, because that will give you a little bit of gentle opening through the front of that opposite hip, which again, if you've often been sitting for long periods of time during the day, often gets short and tight. Now when you're ready, just reverse the direction of that circle. So I usually just do about 10 circles in one direction and then just about 10 circles the other way. And again, you're just keeping the movement really loose, really easy, really relaxed, just trying to free everything up. When you're ready from here, let's release that leg down, bring the opposite knee in towards the chest, hold it in towards you, and let the other leg again just stretch out along the floor. From there, we're just going to circle that leg around. Again, using the movement of the leg just to massage and release into the lower back. And you just really loose and relax through that entire upper body. We're going to do a couple more repetitions in this direction. And then again, in your own time, when you're ready, we're going to reverse and take it around the other way. So just reverse the direction there, drawing the knee in close. Keep the other leg just heavy down towards the floor. And again, just a couple more repetitions this way. And then we're going to bring both knees in towards your chest. Give them a little bit of a hug into your chest. And just take a gentle little rock, just side to side. So from here, I'll have you releasing one foot and then the other down onto the floor. Check your feet are just about hip width apart, so they're in line with your hip bones. And have your arms just relaxed onto the floor by your side. We're going to start with a little pelvic tilt. So I'm going to move my arm just so you can see. All I'm going to do is have you take a breath in. As you breathe out, you sink the tummy and you're going to rock your pelvis back so your whole lower back just flattens out into the mat. And then as you breathe in, let your pelvis tip forward away from you so your tailbone drops down towards the floor. Again, on the exhale, sink the tummy, let the pelvis roll back towards you so your lower back imprints into the mat. And then as you breathe in, let the tailbone drop down towards the floor, find that little bit of an arch in the lower back. Let's just try 2 more of these, just in your own time, keeping very relaxed through the back of the legs and the back side. So ideally, as you roll the pelvis back, the movement comes just from the lower tummy, zipping it up in. You're not gripping through the legs or pushing with the feet. And breathe in, release it away. Now we're going to extend that movement a little more. Sink the tummy, roll the lower back into the floor. And then from here, now the back of the hips can come into it a little bit as you start to peel your hips up from the floor. And you're going to roll up through the spine, bone by bone, till the weight's resting just between the shoulders. Take a breath in at the top there, and then as you breathe out, start to roll down from the top of the spine, one vertebra, then the next, then the next. You're going to come all the way down through a flat lower back, and then let your tailbone release right down to the ground at the bottom. Again, you breathe in, breathe out, sink the tummy, roll the pelvis back, really deepen the belly in, reaching the hips up and finding that sense of stretch and length through the front of the thighs. Breathe in again there. And then exhale and roll it down, bone by bone. And just continue with that movement in your own time. So what you'll find when you first start this movement, often rather than feeling every single little individual vertebra through your spine move, you might feel some of them move and then other sections of your spine that are just like a flat lump, yeah? Or a flat block. So as you move, I just want you to imagine that with each repetition, you're just getting maybe like half a vertebra, an extra half a vertebra moving through the spine. So with each repetition, it just gets a little bit looser and a little bit freer and a little more open through the back. I do want you to check as you come up to the top position on the bridge that you stay slightly scooped through the front of your body. So I don't want you coming up so high that you start to arch into the lower back like that, yeah? Keep that rib to hip connection in the front. Breathe in at the top, exhale and roll it down. The more you can think about tipping the top of the hips back towards you and the tailbone up, the better. You'll know you're getting it right if you start to get a sense of stretch or length through the front of the thighs. Now from there, again, roll down through the spine. This is our last repetition, and let your tailbone release all the way down to the floor. You're going to float the arms out to the sides, a little bit below shoulder height, so they should just feel comfortable there. And you're going to float one leg up to tabletop, and then the other leg comes up to meet it. Let the knees fold just a little in towards your chest, so your lower back can just relax a little towards the mat. And then this is a very sort of a loose, floppy movement. You're going to take one knee first, and then the other knee over to the side. You can let the head roll back in the opposite direction. And then float the top leg up first, and then the other leg starts to follow it over to the other side. Just let the legs flop over to the floor. And then again, top leg up, other leg chases it over to the side. Windmill the legs over. Head rolls in the opposite direction. Top leg up, other leg chases it over, flop it over to the side. And we're just going to do 2 more repetitions here, just loose and easy. You should get a nice sort of a stretch through the back and through perhaps even the side of the hips a little bit in this position as you move. 1 more each side, head rolls the opposite way. Final one up and over to the side and taking it over. Beautiful. From here, float one leg up to center and then allow the other leg up as well. You're going to sweep your hands around to the back of the thighs, holding on at the back of the thighs. You take a breath in here. As you breathe out, start to float the head and shoulders deep in the belly and let your feet arc heavy down towards the mat as you roll all the way up to sitting and stack up tall. If it's tough to get up there, just come up any way that works. Okay, from here, we're going to take a breath in initially. As you breathe out, slide the gaze down, slide the tailbone under. You're going to roll the pelvis under and peel halfway back from the thighs. So you're just starting to open up through the lower back. Take a breath into the back there, and then as you breathe out, round the body forward, and then lengthen and stack and lift up tall. We'll try that again. Take a breath in, breathe out, slide the gaze down, slide the tailbone under, roll the pelvis back from the thighs, deep in the belly, again round the body forward, and then re-stack up tall. Final repetition, inhale, breathe out, slide the gaze down, slide the tailbone under, lower belly draws up and in, breathe in there, and then exhale, round the body forward and re-stack. Now you can either stay with this variation or you can progress with me, your choice. Take a breath in. If you wish to progress, you roll back again deep in the belly. Take a breath in, continue rolling back on the exhale. Let the feet glide in and we come all the way down to the floor. Breathe in again. Start to float the head and shoulders deep in the belly, round the body, all the way forward and up the feet. Go heavy to the floor and then lengthen and stack up tall through the spine. Breathe in again. Breathe out, slide the gaze down, slide the tailbone under, deep in the belly. As the feet start to glide along the floor, keep them heavy on the floor as long as you can, and then allow the body to roll back. Breathing in there. Exhale, float the head and shoulders deep in the belly, come all the way back up. 2 more repetitions from here. Lengthen and stack tall. Remember, you don't have to roll all the way down to the floor if you're feeling a bit stiff through your back today. It's okay just to roll back halfway and then come up from there. Deep in the belly to peel it down. Inhale there. Exhale, float the head and shoulders, press the back of the thighs away into the hands, feet go heavy, lengthen and lift and stack tall. And one more repetition down and up, slide the gaze down, slide the tailbone under, roll the pelvis back from the thighs. Take a breath in again there. And then exhale, start to float head and shoulders, deep in the belly, round the body forward and restack. So from there, we're going to come down onto your side on the mat. Have your bottom arm supporting your head and have your knees bent up in front. You're going to reach around and take hold of the top foot and you gently draw that foot in towards your backside. In this position, I want you to think of a little bit of tummy in and tail under. So you start to get a good sense of stretch through the front of the thigh. It's like you try to tip the top of the pelvis back to open up the hip, and then the knee is reaching down and away from you to try and open up through the front of the thigh. Let the head just rest into the bottom hand and just pause, hold, and breathe in this position here. We're going to hold this just for a few slow breaths. So for most of us these days, if we spend a lot of the day sitting, then these muscles through the front of the hip often get very, very stiff and very, very tight. And that's one of the things that can pull us into our lower back. If they're too tight when we go to stand up, they pull our pelvis forward into an anterior tilt, and then we get compressed and tight in our lower back. So important muscles to loosen off. From here, we're going to release that top leg, and now I'm going to have you interlocking your fingers with your hands behind your head. Let the head drop really heavy into the bottom hand. From here, you take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you start to roll your head back in the bottom hand. So it's like the head is rolling back to look towards the ceiling. And you want to imagine the rib cage wraps around, so you're rotating back, letting the elbow open just a little bit towards the floor behind you. Hold the position there, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, starting from the base of the spine, we're starting to roll and rotate and bring ourselves forward again. So once more, take a breath in, breathe out, let the head go heavy in the bottom hand, let the head start to roll and rotate back, wrap around through the rib cage, head stays heavy into the bottom hand, breathe in there, exhale, allow the body to rotate forward, bone by bone, coming all the way forward. And let's do 3 more repetitions here. Again, head starts to roll, rotate the body back, gaze goes up to the ceiling. Keep a bit of length through the lower back. If you feel anything into the lower back, you've gone too far, and ease it off. Breathe it in. Exhale, rotate it forward once more. Final repetition. You're going to take a breath in there. As you exhale, you rotate the head back. Pause once you're there. Now the hand that is on top behind your head, you're going to release that arm out from behind you. So it opens out. I'm just going to adjust my position so you can see. You stay as you are if you're doing the exercise. But you're just going to open that arm out to what we call a goalpost position. So I'm in that goalpost position and my forearm is dropping heavy back towards the floor, like it's parallel to the floor. From here, I glide my arm up. It's like the fingers are reaching up as though they're going to touch the wall above my head. And then I start to bend the elbow and I bring that elbow a little bit down towards my heels, just a little. And then again, glide the arm up. And then again, bend the elbow, bring that arm down. So I'm getting a little sense of stretch and opening across the front of the chest and the shoulders. I'm going to do 2 more repetitions there. Again, it's a little glide up and a little release down. And a final repetition, little glide up and a little release down. Bring the hand back behind the head, allow the elbow to come up, close over, and we're going to swap it to the other side. So coming up to the other side, and again, as you swap to the other side, have the knees bent up in front of you. Fingers are interlocked, hands behind the head. Actually, first off, we don't need to worry about that. We're going to have the head supported on the bottom hand. We've got our quad stretch to go. We're going to reach around, we're going to take hold of the top foot. Once you're in that position, tummy and tail under, you're going to find that sense of stretch and length through the front of the thigh. And then just hold that position and breathe. Remember, if you feel anything towards the lower back, ease off the stretch, tuck your tail under a little more. And that will really focus the stretch into that area that we're after through the front of the thigh. Again, a couple more breaths here. Let the body just really relax into the position. And then when you're ready, take the hand around, fingers interlocked with that hand behind the head. Let the head drop heavy into the bottom hand. You're going to take a breath there, and then as you exhale, let the head start to roll, and you're going to rotate back bone by bone, wrapping the ribs around, looking back behind you. Take a breath in once you're there, and then as you exhale, allow the body to rotate forward again, bone by bone, coming forward. We'll go again. We're taking a breath in, breathe out, let the head stay heavy in the bottom hand, let it start to roll and rotate back. Think of the ribs melting back towards the floor behind you while keeping length up through the back. Breathe in there, exhale, and allow yourself to rotate forward again. We have 3 more repetitions to go. Breathing in, exhale. So it's like you're wringing the air out of the lungs in order to allow the rotation. Once you're back, breathe in wide into the sides of the back and the rib cage to increase the stretch. And then exhale again, bringing it forward. When in doubt, if you're first starting in with Pilates, just breathe in here and then exhale back. If you're first starting in with Pilates and you find the breath pattern confusing, then when in doubt, just breathe. So long as you don't go blue, I'm happy. With practice, the breath pattern becomes more natural. Breathe in there. Exhale, rotate it forward. And just 1 more repetition here. Again, take a breath in. As you breathe out, let the head stay heavy in the bottom hand and rotate it back. Hold it there. Now release the hand out from behind the head to that bent position. Reach the fingertips up towards the wall above your head. And then bring the elbow down towards the heels, feeling the stretch and opening in the front of the chest. Again, reach the arms up. Find that stretch. Allow the elbow back down. We're going to do 3 more repetitions here, just in your own time. Allow any unnecessary tension just to drain out of the body as you go. Coming up for our final repetition now, just moving slowly and deliberately. And then bring the arm down. Hand comes back behind the head, rotate the body forward. From here, we're going to go into some movement to open up through our upper back. Come into a seated position. Sitting cross-legged is great if that's comfortable for you. If it's not comfortable, you can just have the legs bent up in front. Take your fingers, and their hands are going to be interlocked behind your neck. So from this position, make sure the hands are behind the neck, not behind your head. The elbows come slightly forward. And then you're going to start to bring the elbows up, and you're going to send your breastbone up towards the ceiling. So it's like your collarbones are rolling back over the shoulders, opening your heart up towards the ceiling. Breathe into the chest there, and then as you breathe out, let your body come back down to the start position. So we're looking for the sense of work or movement here in the mid-back area between the shoulder blades. Again, exhale, send the breastbone forward and up. Breathe into the chest there, and then release back down. If you're a desk worker, this is an excellent exercise to do, to sneak in if you can, if they won't look at you too weirdly during the day at work, because it just takes your spine back the opposite way from how we typically are when we're sitting at the desk, and is really good if you tend to get neck and shoulder tension. It'll really help to free up that area for you. 2 more repetitions. Breastbone forward and up. Again, focus on that work into that mid-back area between the shoulder blades, breathing in. Exhale, relax it down. And we have 1 more repetition here. Breastbone comes forward and up, breathing in. And then relaxing it down. From there, release your hands. We're going to come down onto your back and grab hold of your yoga strap or your bath towel. Place the strap around your foot. And you're going to bring the knee of that leg that's up towards you and bend it in towards your chest. The other leg goes straight out along the floor. Keep the thigh close to the chest, and then gently reach the toes back slightly, as though eventually you're going to have that thigh right against the chest and the toes are just going to reach back and touch the ground behind your head, yeah? Hold that position there. Let the weight of the body just melt down and relax into the floor, and just breathe. And then when you're ready from here, we're going to lengthen the leg away from you. So take the leg low enough so that you can get it fully straight. Stay fully straight behind the knee. And then if you need more stretch, you can bring the leg a little closer up towards you again. but find the range that is appropriate for you. And different days you'll have different levels of tightness. Some days you'll feel really loose and free and you can just go a fair range into the stretch. Other days you'll feel more restricted, just depending on what you've been doing in your daily life. And that's normal, so just respect where you are on the day. Now when you're ready, we're going to keep that leg very, very straight, and I'm going to take the leg slightly up and across towards my opposite shoulder. So watch the knee doesn't bend here, take it across and also up. And it's the up movement that's kind of important here. That's the bit that gives you your bang for your buck. So if you've gotten the movement right, normally when I'm teaching a group class, I kind of look for the change of expression on everyone's face as they get the neural stretch here. So if you've got the movement right, you'll know. It should be quite a strong stretch. And again, just hold and breathe. And then bend that leg, release it down. Let's put the strap around the arch of the other foot. Again, bend the knee in, close towards the chest. Let the opposite leg hang down heavy. Keep the knee right against the chest. Gently reach the toes slightly back until you find that sense of stretch through the back of the thigh. So usually right now we're into the bulk of the muscle at the back of the thighs where we're stretching. Hold and breathe. Lengthen out behind that knee. Straighten the leg fully. Once the leg is fully straight, if you need more stretch, you can bring it a little closer towards you. Again, just maintain that position. Let the body weight relax into the floor. As I'm holding onto the strap here, I'm making sure that the pull-on strap comes from the bicep muscles at the front of the arm rather than from me pulling up and bunching up around the shoulders. So the upper body is just loose and free. Keep the leg very straight now, and again it comes slightly up and across towards that opposite shoulder. Again, I'd be looking for that little change of expression on your face right now. Hold the position and just breathe there. Keep the body weight relaxing heavy into the floor. Again, we'll stay here just a little longer. Bring the leg back to center and then release it down. Pop your strap off to the side. We're going to take a full body stretch. Let those arms reach overhead. Let the legs reach long. Reach the fingers and toes away from each other. Let the back arch, the ribs flare, all the things we're not supposed to do in Pilates. Stretch a little longer through the right arm and the right leg. A little longer through the left arm and leg. A little longer through both arms and legs. And then relax everything down. And well done, guys. You're all done.